Hello, welcome to our Yoga with Weights class. My name is Kathy, and I'm happy to be practicing with you this evening or whenever it is that you're practicing today. You'll see the sunlight reflecting off of various pieces of furniture during class, so just enjoy that bright sunshine. So we're actually going to start today, and remember the weights classes, the weights are voluntary, so you can use them for part of the class, all of the class, or none of the class. So we'll start today in child's pose. So let your big toes touch behind you. Let your knees expand to the outside edges of the mat. And slowly start to walk your hands forward. Lay the chin, the chest, the crown of the head, whatever makes it down to the earth. And then bend your elbows, come to prayer hands, and just bring those prayer hands behind your head. So you're pulling back gently with the knees so that you stretch the space underneath your arms. We're going to do a lot of arm work with the weights today, so let's get the muscles under the arms and the shoulders, the biceps and triceps a little warmed up. Put your favorite music on, or just practice in silence, you decide. So the palms of the hands are trying to push together to kind of open up some space in the shoulders and the elbows, and you're gently pulling back. We'll take about 10 breaths here. To focus on having the belly fill with air on the inhale. Hold the inhale at the top, and at the exhale, let the belly pull towards the spine. Sending the breath deep into the belly, maybe even past the belly down to the toes. 2 more. Coming to stillness for another breath or 2, releasing some of the stretch in the arms. Maybe coming to a mantra, a focus for your class today. Peace or hope or joy or love. Lots of different options for a mantra just to focus your mind a little bit. Maybe an intention. And then slowly release the arms forward. Lift the upper body and the head and come to tabletop. So you're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and wiggle the hips from side to side. Just a few times here. And then stretch your legs out long. Lower the upper body. And we'll just come to a couple breaths in Sphinx. So forearms under the shoulders, hands spread wide. Press into the hands, pull the shoulders back. Lifting the heart, opening the throat. Feeling that middle and lower back engage. And then come up, back up into tabletop. Move through a few cat-cows, inhaling, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, belly to spine, back arches, press into the feet, the shins and the hands. Inhale, cat or cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Lift the right arm up and just take a few big arm circles forward. Just a couple. And then backward. Noticing if you have any tightness, any resistance, and then switching to the left hand. Couple arm circles in each direction, big wide circles. Then go ahead and grab your weights. Maybe a lower weight to start. I have lots of options here, so I'm going to start with 3s, but whatever you'd like is fine. And we'll do a few crunches here. So extend your right hand forward with the weight in your hand. The left hand doesn't have a weight in it yet. And then your left foot extends out from the hip. Push away with the heel. And then as you exhale, tuck the elbow to the left knee. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, tuck and curl. Really curl in. Inhale, release out long. Push the heel away, push the weight away. And then tuck the elbow to the knee. Lift the knee high. Inhale it out. Exhale in. 2 more. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, tuck. Last one, longest inhale yet. And exhale. Release the left knee. Switch the weight to the left hand. Maybe shake the left wrist out. And then try to keep your hips square on the mat so you're not leaning too heavily into the right hand. Extend your left arm out with the weight pointing up and right foot back, pulling the foot away from the hip. Tuck it in on your exhale. Inhale, lift it out long. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, bring it in. Lift that knee high, let it touch the elbow. 3 more. And release the weight. So keep the weight on either side of the mat for our next flow. So as you press into the weights, curl your toes, lift your hips, and press back into downward facing dog. So you can keep a grip on the weights or you can release the weights and plant your hands flat. For the beginning of this flow, shake your head yes and no, bend one knee at a time, push down on the opposite heel. Get nice and long in the back body. Feel the shoulders as you squeeze them together behind you. Then tuck the chin, look way back at your navel. Let your heels come to stillness wherever they are. Pull the hips up, so get some length everywhere, in the legs, the back, the arms, the neck. And then go ahead and grab a hold of your weights. As you inhale, look forward towards your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. Feet are together. Inhale, lift up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your hips, and lower into chair pose, bringing the weights up. So not straight up in the air, but a little bit forward so that the hips can go way back. Weight is in your heels, toes are light. Little slight bend in the elbows so they're not hyperextended. Keeping low in the chair, bend your elbows and send your weights behind you with control. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, behind you. Go for 3 more. Slow with control. And then bring the weights right to heart center. Send the hips back, stay nice and low again. And then sweep the arms up, straighten the legs. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands or the weights, step the feet back, bring the shoulders over the wrists and lower down. Inhaling into up dog and exhaling into down dog. Inhaling, looking towards the hands and the weights. Exhale, bend the knees and take the feet forward to the hands. We'll go through this twice more. As you inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, knees bend, hips drop. Weights come up with the arms, joining the weights together. And this time we'll just do some cactus arms. So bend your elbows and take your weights out to either side. And then we'll take some pulses up. So release your fingers, let the weights just sit in your hands. And then take some little pulses up and down. squeezing the shoulder blades behind you, keeping the arms wide. Go for 5 more. And then straighten the legs, take your forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, and take your chaturanga, lowering down, hovering or coming to the belly as you inhale, sweeping the body forward, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Walk the dog a few times here. Push back with the pads of all 10 fingers. Feel the strength in the arms. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Pick up the weights as you inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, and sit down in that chair pose. Okay, weights are back up, belly is tucked, hips are back, gaze is up. Look up, and then this time, take the weights to heart center, and then send the weights behind you. And then lift up to the tiptoes if you're able to, and then take pulses back with the weights. So just little micro bends with the arms, little pulses. You should feel this in your shoulders, your upper back. Staying on the tiptoes or sitting back down on the heels while standing back on the heels. And bring the weights back to heart center. Sit a little lower. Exhale, straighten the legs, lift the weights, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back, and take chaturanga. Walk the dog here again a few times. And then as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the feet up to the hands. Pick up your weights. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, drop the head. And inhale, sweep the arms up with the weights. Exhale, palms to the heart. And we'll move into warrior 3. So start to pour weight into your right foot. Get nice and anchored. Light on the left toes. And when you're ready, start to send your left foot behind you, lowering the upper body, flexing the left toes. Weights are at the heart until you feel nice and sturdy. And then take the weights out to either side and pulse up and down. Just little pulses again. Feeling this in the shoulders. Five more. And then let your left foot join the right. Hands, weights come to the heart center. Take a few breaths here. Roll your shoulders backwards, forwards. And prepare for warrior 3 on the left side. So push weight through your left heel. Start to tip forward. Bringing your right foot behind you, flexing the right toes down. And when and if you're ready, take your weights out to the side. Little bend in the elbows, and then start the little pulses up and down with control, so you're not slamming the weights up and down. Five more. And as you exhale, let the right foot meet the left. Close your eyes. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Side out. Then inhale, let your arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the weights or your hands, step the feet back, take chaturanga. Inhaling up dog, exhaling down dog. Go ahead and walk the weights back to your feet. Put a little bend in your knees. Plant the left hand and the left weight in between your feet. And as you inhale, take the right hand and right weight up. And then just open it to the side very gently, just a few times. So you're taking it behind you just a little bit. Lighten your grip on the weight. I had it really gripping. So you want to feel this in your tricep and bicep. And then release the right weight down. Bend a little into your right knee. Inhale the left arm up. Same thing. The pulses go behind the body. And release. Walk the weights back forward and take a vinyasa. And from down dog, inhale, pick your right leg up high. As you exhale, step it between the hands for crescent warrior. So stay on the ball of the left foot. Bring the weights up. First start at heart center so you can get your balance. Then drop the weights right to the hips. And again, we'll push those weights back behind us. So push back with the triceps with control. Take the weights back to heart center. Lift them up towards the sky. And then open the arms, open the hands. Keep the weights right at shoulder height. And then lift up, down, up, down, up, down. Bring them all the way up to center. And then keeping the weights together overhead, bend your elbows and drop those weights behind you. Lift them all the way up. If you're counting, we're trying to do 10 of each of these reps. And then let your hands come down around your right foot. Step the right foot back and take a vinyasa. And as you inhale, pick your left leg up high. Exhale, step it forward for crescent warrior. Staying on the ball of the right foot, pushing firmly into the left heel so you can come up. Maybe the weights stay on your thigh for a minute until you get centered. Then they come to heart center. A couple of breaths here. Shoulders down, away from the ears, and then take the weights behind you, right at your hips. And then start straightening the elbows, pushing the weights away from you. That crackling noise you're hearing is my knee. All right, hands back to heart center. Arms up, inhale, exhale, release the arms to either side, open the palms, and then up and down. Inhale, bring them all the way up together. Bend the elbows, drop the weights behind your head. And then as you inhale, straighten the elbows, lift the weights. And on that 10th one, let the weights come down on either side of your left foot. Step the left foot back and lower. Chaturanga. And grabbing a sip of water. So we'll do that flow, that series again. Do a little break. So from tabletop, we'll take those arm circles again. So drop the weights, come to tabletop, and just lift that right arm up and around. Nice, long, slow circles. Should feel really good. Just 2 in each direction. Beautiful. Grab those weights, curl the toes, lift up into plank pose. Told you we're going to flow again. We'll just take a little plank. So as you inhale, bring the weight forward, shoulders over wrists. Alexa, 2-minute timer, please.
2 minutes.
Push the heels
Starting
back. So you can do this without your hands on the weights. You can plant your hands straight down on the earth, but try to keep your lower body still. Actually, your whole body still, but you might push the earth a little bit away, extending the arms longer. Head is relaxed, belly is tucked in, kneecaps are pulled in towards the legs. Breath is long and controlled. Staying here as long as you can. If you need a break, drop to your knees and then come on back and join us in plank. Push the earth away a little bit more, pull the belly in, pull the kneecaps in, tighten the legs, tighten the arms, squeeze your shoulders behind you. Two more breaths, I think. And bend your knees. Release the weights. Alexa, stop. And start to sink into child's pose. This time, keep your knees together. Just bring the arms forward. That's where you need the release. Let the head drop. Tent the fingers up. Whew. Roll around on your third eye. And then just send your arms to either side of your legs, coming up to the crown of the head for rabbit pose, just to get a little stretch. So you can grab your heels with your hands. You can cross your arms and grab opposite heels. That feels good. And just kind of tuck in. Crown of the head, lift your hips, and then you're probably able to sit down on your heels a little bit further than I am. So go ahead and do that. Try to release the triceps and the biceps. And then release. Plant the hands on either side of the head. Lift the whole upper body, keeping the chin tucked. And then release the chin. Walk the hands forward. And we'll try to flow a little bit now. From crescent warrior to a twist to dragonfly to side plank. So go ahead and grab those weights. As you inhale, pick your right leg up high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Lifting up, crescent warrior. Bring your weights up with you. So we'll add on some of those pulses. So hands to the heart first, and then those 10 pulses to the back. weights back to center. Inhale, bring them up overhead. Exhale, open the arms, open the fingers. 10 pulses up. Then arms all the way up overhead, elbows bend, weights drop behind the head, and then start lifting, straightening the elbows, lifting the weights up. These 10 seem longer, don't they? The hands come to the heart. And then we'll take that twist. So send your right arm behind you, left arm in front. Look back towards the right weight. And then plant the left weight, left hand inside of the right. Inhale, lift the right arm, dragonfly twist. And then either release the weight from the left hand or hang on to it as you step back to side plank. So right foot over left. Lift that right weight up. Lift your left hip up. And then as you exhale, release the weights. Take chaturanga. Well, that was a good one, huh? Inhale, pick your left leg up high. Exhale, step it between the hands, picking the weights up for crescent warrior. Hands at the heart. Shoulders back and down, belly tucked in. That right thigh is straight behind you. Lift it up away from the earth. And then hands to the hips and weights back. Try only moving your arms here. Arms come together. Inhale, lift them high overhead. Exhale, open the arms. Open the fingers. And lift up. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale them all the way overhead. Bend your elbows. Release the weights back. And then lift them up and down. On the 10th one, send that right weight to the earth. Plant your right hand inside of the left foot. Inhale the left arm up. Gaze up. And then step the left foot back to meet the right for side plank. Lift the weight, lift the right hip. And exhale, release. Chaturanga. Inhaling forward. Exhaling down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Take your left hand, grab your right ankle, and inhale the right arm up. Little twist, let your head pull forward. And release, twist on the other side. And then we'll go through that flow again as you walk your hands forward. Remember, you can do this with the weights or without, you decide. As you inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step it forward, crescent warrior. Lift the weights if you choose to. Get your balance with the weights at the heart. Always a good idea to get your balance first. Bring the shoulders back and down. Weights to the sides. And begin. Back to the heart. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Straighten the arms. Exhale, open the arms to either side. Relax the fingers. 10 pulses. 10th one, arms come up, elbows bend, weights drop behind you. And then lift them up and down. Trying to just move the upper body. And then weights come to the heart. Left weight down. And inhale, pick the right leg or right arm up for dragonfly twist. Look up. And then keeping a hold of the weight or releasing the hand to the mat, step your right foot back. Stack it on top of the left and lift the right arm up. Then if you want to do a couple little tucks, you can tuck that right arm and send it behind you. And then inhale it back up. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. 2 more. And release the weights. Come back to both sets of toes till you can take chaturanga. As you inhale, look forward towards your hands and pick your left foot up behind you. And as you exhale, step that foot forward for crescent warrior. Picking up your weights, keeping them together at your heart center till you're balanced. Shoulders back, shoulders right over the hips, and then hands down at your sides, pulsing your elbows back or your weights back. Upper arms try to stay stationary. Hands back to the heart. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms. Flat palms, and then start to pulse up. Tenth one, arms overhead, elbows bend. Bring the arms up. And dragonfly twist. Side plank. I'm going to release my right weight for this side. And then take the tucks. Left elbow bends. Slide that left hand underneath the right and then inhale it back up. Whoops. Try to keep your balance. And release the weight. Come to both sets of toes and lower chaturanga. Phew, we've done some pretty good work already. Bending one knee at a time, push the opposite heel down, and then drop the knees to the mat. Sit down on one side or the other. Swing your legs around to the front. And go ahead and pick your weights up. We'll do a little work, or maybe you have one larger weight rather than the 2 small ones. We're gonna come to boat and then tip the weight from side to side. So just one heavier weight is good, or one lighter weight, or you can keep them both. So bend your knees, slide your feet in close to your body, belly and thighs are close together. And first we'll come to boat. So you're gonna lift one leg at a time. You can straighten your knees or keep them bent, and then grab a hold of your weight. And then we're just gonna take that weight, we're gonna twist over to the right, and I'm gonna leave the weight in this hand and just tap it down. Then bring it up to center, switch to the other side, up to center. So you can hold on either end, it probably works a little better. Just tap the weight down, trying to move just the upper body. hold, lift the belly, and then slowly lower everything down most of the way, and then inhale it back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Hold, hold, and then lower everything down. Release the weight out to the side. Make sure you have room to lay all the way back. Take your arms overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Should feel really good. Stretch out your legs one at a time. And then take your hands and interlace them behind your back. Open your elbows. This is without weight, so this should feel relatively easy, right? And we'll just bicycle a little bit just to keep that core fired up. So bring your knees up above your hips, flex your feet. Shins are parallel to the earth, and then push the knees away a little so you can feel the lower back anchored in. Take a big breath in. Then as you exhale, send your right leg to the wall in front of you and lift your right elbow to tap your left knee. Inhale to switch. Left leg extends. Really slowly, left elbow touches the right knee. Beautiful. Inhale to switch. The slower you move, the harder these are. And hug the knees in. Whew. Roll around a little bit on the lower back. And then roll forward and backward, coming up to a seat. And swing your legs around. Come on back up to standing. Grabbing your light weights again. And we'll just play with a little bit of balance here, with the weights or without. So we'll start in Warrior 3 and then move to Tree Pose. So let's start with the right foot anchored down. Weights are at the heart center. Tipping forward for Warrior 3. Keeping the weights here. You can extend them long. And if you have them out long, you can take little pulses up and down this time. And then move to Tree Pose. So send the left foot inside of the right leg. Bring the shoulders back and down. And you're welcome to open up to cactus arms with the weights. If that feels good, just open the elbows. You can take pulses up and down as well here. You can just hold with the shoulders squeezing behind you. And then airplane pose, left foot behind you. Take your arms out to either side with the weights. And then you can pulse down and up with the weights this time, right from the shoulders. And then lower the weights. Step the left foot back and right foot back, chaturanga. And just walk your feet up to your hands. Come on up to standing. Hands at the heart. And we'll try that on the left side. So weight sinks through the left foot. Start to tip forward. If you feel nice and anchored and you want to extend your arms and lift the weights up and down a few times. Tree pose. Right foot comes inside of the left leg. Uncurl the left toes if they're curled up. Hands can stay at the heart. Or you can open to cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Release the fingers and just lift the weights up. Moving to airplane pose. Right leg back, arms extend, palms down. Push the weights down and up. And then drop the weights. Step the right foot back, left foot back, chaturanga. Beautiful. And then we'll just kind of put a few of these things together as we flow one last time. So as you inhale, take the right leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands for warrior one. So pivot and plant your left foot. Bring the weights together at your heart. You can keep them here or lift them up towards the sky and then open them slightly apart. Release your fingers, look up. Opening to warrior two, pivot on your back foot. Open the weights. And then take the weights together in front of you and then apart. 2 times. Together, touch, and apart. And then straighten the right knee, send your left arm behind you, flip your right wrist up, and send the right arm up and over by the ear. Inhaling to stretch long on the right side. And then exhale, waterfall. Both hands surround the right foot. Left foot is behind the right. As you inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold over the right shin. Draw the right hip back. Standing splits, move the weights forward, tuck the chin, lift the left leg. And then inhale, warrior three, drop your left foot to hip height, lift the weights or just your hands up off the earth, get your balance. Then take your arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades. Dropping the weights, standing splits, inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, tuck it between the hands, pivot and plant the right foot. Come on up, warrior one. Open to warrior two. Bringing the weights together, keep the belly tucked in, tuck the weights together, and extend them out 2 times. Then as you inhale, straighten your left knee, send your right arm down your back leg, flip your left palm up, left arm up and over, stretch. And then exhale, waterfall, both hands around the left foot. Right foot bumps up, inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Warrior three. Maybe the arms come back if you have your balance. Maybe you're starting to get shaky like me. Standing splits, hands down, chin, curve the head down, right leg up, and then exhale, chaturanga. Taking a couple breaths in down dog, maybe releasing the weights, pressing the palms down into the earth. Take your hips from one side to the other. And we'll take that through one final time. So grab your weights. As you inhale, the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step it between the hands. Pivot and plant. Left heel, warrior one. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Warrior two. This time, let's keep the weights here and just pulse them up and down. Belly is tucked, little tiny lifts. And reverse, send the left arm down, flip the right palm up, bring the right hand up and over, stretch. Exhale, waterfall, both hands around the right foot. Inhale, lift up, exhale, fold. Warrior three. Maybe the arms are behind you. Standing splits. Chaturanga. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Arms extended, little bend in the elbows, and then up and down. Reverse, right arm down, left arm up. Waterfall, both hands around the left foot. Pivot on your right toes and vault them up as you inhale to lift tall. Exhale, fold forward. Nice release here. Coming up, warrior three. Maybe the hands go back, maybe they don't. Standing splits and chaturanga. And bend your knees and release the weights. Come to seated with crossed legs, and we'll work out the shoulders and neck, so hopefully they won't be sore tomorrow. So take your right arm out to the side, palm forward, left fingertips underneath the right elbow, and then take that arm across your body. Look over your right shoulder. Push that right hand towards the back of you. Push your right sits bones down. Bending the right elbow, tuck it behind your head. Push the elbow down. If you want to try to bind, you can release the left hand behind your back and reach the fingertips up your back for the right fingertips. Stretching in opposite directions, even if they don't join. And release. Shoulders roll back. And shoulders roll front. And then on an inhale, left hand out to the side, palm facing forward. Exhale, swim the left arm across to the right side. Palm faces back, look over your left shoulder, and then push the left hip down. Bend the left elbow, take it behind your head, and push down gently with the right fingertips. Lifting the head, lifting the belly, letting the rib cage spread, releasing the shoulder, maybe reaching behind you for the bind or an attempt at the bind. And then release. And then take your right hand over your head to sit on your left ear. Bend your right ear towards your right shoulder and let the left side of your neck extend. Left hand can stay on your knee or reach out to the left side for a little bit juicier stretch. And release the other side. Inhale the head back to center. Lay back on your back. And we'll release again through fish pose. So legs are long, hands are alongside of you. And then just lift up to your elbows and let your head drop behind you. And see if you can rest the crown of the head down on the mat. Now you might have to wiggle around, wiggle the hips. Some people put their hands underneath their bottom, and that's a nice way to get a little arch in the back so that the crown of the head can reach down. Just keep your throat open here for a few breaths. Then pressing the whole upper body up, tuck the chin right to the chest. Lower everything down. Release your hands. Inhale the knees to the heart. Give them a squeeze. Roll around in your lower back. And then we'll extend out for our final resting pose. Take any stretches or twists you might need before settling in. Right foot to the right corner of the mat, left foot to the left corner. Chin tucked slightly towards the chest, arms alongside of the body. And then take your ring finger, your third finger, and touch your thumb on both hands like that. This is the earth mudra, connecting us to earth, helping us feel grounded. Relax your jaw, open your lips slightly. Let your breath come a little bit in and out of the mouth as well. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you wish, just enjoying the way your body feels after this Yoga with Weights class. Thank you so much for joining me today on your mat. The light in me bows humbly to the light, love, and energy in all of you. Namaste.